Hello, my name is Gary, and I was raised in the Western United States, so I'm a native English speaker. I hope that you will enjoy this YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.
The 38 Letters from J D Rockefeller to His Son by J D Rockefeller, 1839 to 1937. The 26th letter, Patience is Strategy. September 2nd, 1902. Dear John, thank you very much for trusting me and letting me know about your resignation from the Citibank Board of Directors. Of course, I understand why you do this. You can no longer tolerate some of your coworkers' behavior, let alone obey them. However, it seems that time will tell whether your decision is wise or not. The reason is very simple. If you don't voluntarily give up your position as Citibank director and choose to stay there, maybe you will get more. I know that submission is the great enemy of thought and the jailer of freedom. However, for an ambitious person, maintaining the necessary submission and patience is precisely a tried and true strategy for success. Looking back on the past, I have endured a lot and gained a lot through my suffering. At the beginning of my business, due to lack of capital, my partner, Mr. Clark, invited his former colleague, Mr. Gardner, to join him. I agreed with this because having this rich man meant we could do what we wanted to do as long as there was enough capital. However, to my surprise, Clark brought me a purse, but at the same time he gave me the humiliation that he was going to change the name of Clark Rockefeller to Clark Gardner. He changed the Rockefeller surname for the reason that Garden came from a prestigious family and his surname would attract more customers. This is a reason that greatly stabbed my dignity. I was angry. I was also a partner, and Gardner only brought his share of the capital. Could he take away my deserved status by being a nobleman? However, I endured it, and I told myself, you have to control yourself. You have to keep your mind calm. This is just the beginning. There is still a long way to go. I pretended to be calm and told Clark, it's nothing. In fact, it was a complete lie. Try to think about how a person who is being unfairly hurt and whose self-esteem is being hurt can be so tolerant. But I quenched my burning anger with reason because I knew it would do me good. Patience is not blind tolerance. You need to calmly consider the situation and know whether your decision will deviate from or harm your goal. Getting mad at Clark was not only disgraceful, but more importantly, it would create a rift in our cooperation and even lead to a kick that would kick me out and made me start all over again. Unity can form a joint force. Let our cause become bigger and bigger, and my personal strength and interest will also grow accordingly. I knew where I was going. After that, I continued to work tirelessly and enthusiastically as always. In my third year, I managed to get the extravagant Mr. Gardner out of the company and reclaim the Clark Rockefeller brand. That's when people started calling me Mr. Rockefeller, and I was rich. In my eyes, patience is not about enduring or bowing your head. Patience is a strategy and also a way to practice character. What it creates is a competitive spirit. This is what I learned while working with Mr. Clark. I advocated equality, and I hate being condescending and giving orders. However, Mr. Clark was always arrogant in front of me, which made me very disgusted. He never seemed to take me seriously, treating me as a short-sighted clerk and even belittled me in person for nothing. He considered me as a bookkeeper and money manager, and I was worthless without him. This was a blatant provocation, but I pretended not to hear it. I know that respecting myself is more important than anything else. I kept this dissatisfaction in my heart, and I told myself over and over again that surpassing him and developing my own strength was the biggest slap in his face. It turns out, as you know, Clark Rockefeller was history forever, replaced by Rockefeller Andrews, and I got on the express train to become a billionaire. To be able to endure the unbearable, you can do the unbearable. Impulsivity is our worst enemy at any time. If patience can resolve conflicts that should not have occurred, such patience is always worth it. However, if you are stubborn, you will not only be able to solve the crisis, but will also bring greater disasters. Mr. Andrews did not seem to understand this. Mr. Andrews is a business-minded but self-righteous man who lacks the ambition to be a great businessman, but has evil prejudices. It is no surprise that such a person conflicted with me. The conflict that led to our separation was over the distribution of dividends to shareholders. We did a good job that year and made a lot of money, but I didn't want to let the shareholders take home all the money the company made. I hoped to keep half of the profits and put them into the company's operations, but Andrews was firmly against it. This selfish guy wanted to take all the money he earned and even angrily threatened me that he didn't want to continue working at the company. I cannot accept any idea that prevents the company from thriving. I asked him to value the shares he held. He said, $1 million. I said, no problem. I bought it for $1 million the next day. As soon as the money arrived, Andrews was very excited. He thought he was lucky and thought the stock he held was not worth $1 million at all. But he didn't expect that I would earn $300,000 after changing ownership. When this matter reached him, he even called me coward. I didn't want to get a nasty reputation for only $300,000 and sent someone to tell him that he could get it back for the original price, but the disappointed Andrews turned down my offer. What he actually turned down was an opportunity to become America's richest man, and if he could keep his $1 million share to this day, of course, he would be a multimillionaire. But being angry for a moment, he lost the opportunity that he could no longer seize in his life. John, there are too many people and things in this world that make us suffer, and so many people and things that tempt us to be emotional. Therefore, you need to cultivate the ability to manage and control your emotions. You should be careful not to let emotions influence your decisions, but make decisions based on your needs. You must always know what you want. You also need to know that in the world of opportunities, there are not too many chances to win. If you really want to succeed, you must seize and protect your own opportunities, but also try to snatch the opportunities of others. Remember that you must put patience on your body every day. It will bring you happiness, opportunities, and success. Love, your father.